Welcome to the quarterly meeting, our summer 2026 version for the Utah Geothermal Network, or UGeN. My name is UGeN. I am a senior scientist here at the Utah Geological Survey, working in the Energy and Minerals program. For anybody I have not met yet, please come introduce yourself if you get a chance. We will actually go through and do a bit of a round robin introduction for folks who want to introduce themselves here in a few moments, because one of the major points for the Utah Geothermal Network, which has been funded by a building block from the Utah State Legislature, is for us to bring folks who are influential in the geothermal space in Utah together and to talk across agencies, talk across organizations, get the private sector to try to, it's an appropriate phrase, share more, right? Instead of everybody working in silos and we in the Utah Geological Survey, we do not have regulatory power over the geothermal sector, but we like to share information because we provide a lot of data to those private sector companies that use our data to impress their own shareholders, right? So the more they share with us, the more we can do for them, the more data we can produce and put out into the public sphere for the greater good of the geothermal sector. Okay, I'm gonna step off my soapbox here for a second. I wanna run through a couple of announcements here. For those of you who do not get our newsletter, please go ahead and get on our mailing list. That's kind of point number one here. Ignore that URL. You can just Google Utah Geothermal Network. It will take you directly, we're the number one return on that. So you can sign up to be on our mailing list. You'll get our newsletter monthly. Eileen has been phenomenal about doing that. Thank you very much. So I'm going to run through a couple of things that we've talked about here. I'll also want to introduce now, because I already mentioned her name, Eileen Zabrowski. Eileen, do you mind raising your hand or standing up? Eileen works for ResFrac. Eileen is one of our co-conveners here at the Utah Geothermal Network. So is Christian and Alex, who are having a sidebar conversation. Very much, in line with an informal meeting. That's good. So this is Christian Hardwick, and this is Alex Bretman, two other co-conveners here as well. So if you guys have ways, if you want to comment on any of the things that I go through here, Eileen, please just speak up and do that. The first thing is that the Mountain West Geothermal Consortium has, quote unquote, officially launched. There was a Deseret News report on it. If you want to know more about their initiatives, they have a LinkedIn page. You can just, again, Google them, go there, check out the Mountain West Geothermal Consortium. We expect to hear sort of more from them in the coming months, especially in the fall meeting. We may have their current director, I don't know their title, come speak to the Utah Geothermal Network as well, so we can learn more about them as well. The other thing here is that I want to announce a volunteer opportunity from the Utah Geological Survey's Growth and Employee Opportunity Committee, or their GEO Committee. The GEO Committee has been reaching out and doing a lot of public-friendly talks, giving to the general public in informal settings like climbing gyms, libraries, breweries, and local venues around Salt Lake. They want to make geology and related fields accessible and engaging, especially when the public tends to hear about, I'll just speak from the energy side, the public tends to hear about energy news in Utah sometimes through a polarized lens. We want them to hear about geothermal in Utah from a science, and an objective lens, and that's part of what the GEO Committee is trying to do. So if you feel impassioned to sort of share science about geothermal, get in contact with our GEO Committee. If you're interested in giving a 10 or 15 minute talk, and with their help, their assistance, we can modify something for you to do so. We've been running a job board in our last couple of newsletters, which is kind of a new venture for us. And so there's probably a little bit of fuzziness on this and probably some time delay. I've got 4 different companies listed up here. They may be outdated, they may be not. If folks from these companies want to comment on this, you're more than welcome to. But Altergy, Zanskar, ResFrac, and Tavera, as far as we know, are hiring or were hiring. So please reach out to them at the links provided here and also in the UGeN newsletter. Great. Well, we'll try to do that every meeting as well. And as always, if you want to share with us, again, either anything from the job announcements or maybe an upcoming meeting, or you're going to be leading a field trip you want people to attend, just go ahead and email us at utahgeothermalnetwork@gmail.com, and we'll try to get that into our newsletter. Okay? Okay. One other point of order here is I want to take a moment to say thank you and congratulations to Alex Bretman. Alex has been busy here in the past couple of months, well, past couple of years as well, right? But there's been some changeover, some life-changing things that are happening here. First of all, Alex, who's one of our co-conveners, had defended his master's thesis successfully, thank you, at the University of Utah. It was called Structural and Geophysical Constraints on Geothermal Plays in the Black Rock Desert, West Central Utah, partly overseen by Christian Hardwick, Lauren Rear, who's also here at the UGS, Pete Lippert, and Carrie Johnson up at the U. So congratulations on that, Alex. I want to tell you that for one thing. The other thing I want to congratulate you on is Alex just landed a job in geothermal exploration at a company. Do we want to announce the company? Yeah, a small company called Chevron. Chevron has a division called Chevron New Energies now, and they're located in Houston. And they recruited Alex recently, and he will be joining them down in the big sprawling concrete jungle of Houston, of which many of us in this room have probably had some experience. Enjoy the food, enjoy the museums and the music and everything that Houston's very good for. And also, I want to mention that he's going to be passing the torch. So he was a founding co-convener of Utah Geothermal Network. We really appreciate all the effort you put into this role in getting UGeN up and running, and for passing the torch on now as well. So we're forever grateful for your contributions. If folks here could join me in giving Alex a round of applause. Thank you for everything, Alex.